What is up, Jags fans? We are here on another Victory Tuesday. Boys, this is becoming kind of normal. Are we getting used to these victories? I don't know about that, but we got the chat popping already. Pretty excited about that. Should be a good show tonight because we got some good film loaded up. We're going to be talking about the Jaguars offense and what they've been doing the last few weeks with a lot of the misdirection type stuff getting to the edge. We're going to be talking about the defense, obviously. You guys know I'm a defensive guy. And some other things going on. So get into the chat. This is a fan-based show. We want to hear from you. So tell me what you think about the Jags. Tell me what you liked about the Jags going in the past, what they're going to do going forward. Next week in Pittsburgh. If you want to talk about some guys that they may make a trade for. I know there's been articles out there written and some potential targets. If you want to talk about that, you can. We're going to try to get to every comment here in between film clips. Before we get into that, though, you know I got to promote the social media, Twitter and Instagram below. Follow both of those. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get notifications when we do live shows. Now, right now, we're on like a Tuesday night grind. We do Friday shows sometimes. And who knows all else in between. In the link description and the film description, my Twitch is also there. I'm on Twitch like every other night. So it's a little more informal, but we still talk Jags while we do other things, and it's a good time. So let me know what you think. I always got to shout out the first person in the comments. On mine, it's William, and William says, "Let's go." Shay is the first channel member in the chat. You too can be a channel member if you go on the YouTube page, the main page, and you're a channel member. There's all different levels and things like that. You can have a cool thing next to your name like Shay does and 100 miles per hour and Sea Breacher and all of these guys. So I want to get to all of these comments, but you know I got to show you my favorite play first, and you know what my favorite play is going to be. Like, you're already going to guess it. You already know what's happening here. No secret on what my favorite play was from the game. The Jags lined up for a punt. And who is back there? None other than our one and only. Get my pen working here. Emergency quarterback. Here he goes. Look at Tim Jones. Look at Tim Jones at the bottom of your screen. You can barely see him. Like, look at this. Oh, I'm releasing. Oh, nope, just kidding. Just running a little curl. What a dime by Logan Cook. I love it. Logan Cook sells the fake, like he's gonna punt it, and he sends it. You guys know my emergency quarterback, Logan Cook. He warms up on the sidelines. He gets ready for this types of thing. You never know when they're gonna call his number. They call his number right here, the lefty. Look at that. It's bringing me Byron Leftwich vibes. Look at the lefty throw. Ball spinning the opposite direction. Tim Jones makes the catch. Had to start with that one, boys. You know that. Brenneman's in the chat. He says, Jason's son. Charlie Boy thought he was second. Not quite. Rico says, let's go. Cody Jackson waves. Rico with the fire emoji. Hosh M says, Victory Tuesday. Sea Breacher's in here. What up, Sea Breacher? Says, yo. Stephen Gray says, Duval, good morning from Ireland. It's 2 a.m. here. Ooh, I like it, Stephen Gray. He says, Jason, haven't felt this good about our team since 2017. I'd go to work listening to another Jags podcast. Man, I miss that intro music. That's throwback. That is throwback to another Jags podcast. I love it. Volkfang channel member says, what's up, Jags fans? 100 miles per hour says, if we get Hunter, then I don't know how I will react. I may just cry tears of joy knowing our defense may be better than the 2017 D. Now, I do want to talk a little bit trade deadline, but I do want to get to some of these plays before we do that because I got a bunch of clips loaded up today. So let's see if we can do this here. All right, here's my other favorite play, and I think you guys probably, as you're watching the game, you probably knew what my favorite plays were going to be. I don't know why my pen is having some issues here. Let's see here. We're having a little issue with the pen here. Not a problem. What we'll do is we will just restart the whole pen application and see if that works. We're We're pros around here, boys. I swear. We're pros. All right, that works. All right, so the Jags, we're going to talk about this a lot, have been doing a lot of misdirection and things like this. I really love this play right here. All right, so the Jags are in 11 personnel. They have Evan Ingram lined up in a true inline tight end right here, lined up. You don't see him do this very often. In fact, when you see him lined up here, my alarm kind of goes off, like something's strange here, okay? So let's take a look at this trick play. I love it. They're going to get the snap. I think Kirk goes in motion. Yeah, so they give Kirk the ball. Kirk, who was also a quarterback, look at him. Look at how he throws this ball. He's like falling over. Throws it back to Trevor Lawrence. Now look at this. Trevor Lawrence is such an athlete. He's looking down the field, like as he's catching the ball. Like we teach receivers look in the ball, right? Not Trevor. He's going to be looking downfield. And when he's looking downfield, he spots Jamal Agnew like right here. And he's like, that's where I'm going with the ball. Okay? I can still ignore the fact that Evan Ingram is running wide open right here. Like, completely wide open. But Trevor's like, nah, pass. I'll take the deep throw. Great catch there by Jamal Agnew. Always catching with his body. Let's watch this one more time. And listen, this is the type of stuff, like the Jags fans are like, man, Dougie P's too cute sometimes. Well, maybe. But I like this type of stuff. When it doesn't work, it's annoying. But when it does work, it's like, you got to think, like, Pittsburgh's looking at this film, and they're like, bro, what do we got to do against this team? Like, we got to be on the lookout for everything. They ran a fake punt. They ran a quarterback throwback, and I think this is the second week in a row they ran this type of throwback to the quarterback or non-quarterback throwing the ball. Patrick Schreiber, sorry if I say that wrong, says, first live show, let's go, Patrick, bro. What's up? Let's go. First show. Welcome. Already cooking. I like that comment. Volkfang says, I think ideally Trayvon would gain 20 pounds and play inside. And we have a rookie contract pass rush edge opposite Josh Allen. Unfortunately, that's currently where we have Roy Robertson Harris. So we do have Roy Robertson Harris, who we restructured his contract, basically giving him the entire length of his contract that we signed him. We just signed Devon Hamilton. Fatu Kasi's playing really well. It just doesn't make sense to move Trevon Walker inside. Like, I know, we all know he would be better on the inside, but we're getting really good production out of our interior D-line right now. And a lot of people are like, we're a pass rusher away. We're a pass rusher away. I think the defense is playing outstanding right now. Like, I think the offense needs more help than the defense. Like, I know John Shipley wrote an article about trading for some interior offensive lineman from the Patriots or something like that. That would make more sense, but then again, like, who do you replace? Tyler Shatley's playing pretty well. Like, you want to have depth? I mean, Fortner's playing pretty well. Wasn't Byron a righty? Byron Leftwich wasn't a righty, was he? Byron Leftwich is a lefty. Byron Leftwich handedness? Left-handed Byron Leftwich. Come on, Shay. Come on. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know people want to make a trade, and I get it. Your window's small, and you want to try to, like, leverage your opportunity. But I just don't see the team trading a third or a second or a first for a guy. If you can get someone for a fourth or a fifth, fourth or later for a rent a player, but you're not going to bring in a guy like Daniel Hunter, Chase Young. Like, you got to re-sign these guys. Like, and to get them, you'd have to trade like a second rounder or a third. And I think this team could have sustained success if they keep some of their top draft picks. What do you think we would have to give up to get Hunter? Probably a third or higher, a second. I mean, and the Vikings are playing pretty well. Trevor runs better routes than first-round Charger wide receiver Quentin Johnson. Just look at what the ETN Wildcat snap from last night. Oh, I love it. Callie Jag says, every time Agnew catches the pass, I lose more hair. Not only catching the pass, but like also running with the ball. Brandon Waters. What up, Brandon? Hope everything's going well. Hope everything. I love watching your MMA videos. He says, Duval, my mom and I had the time of our lives in New Orleans. So glad we brought home a dub. Foyer for president. Also, Ridley caught that sideline throw. Yes, he did. Brandon, I'm glad you and your mom got to go. That sounds like an awesome trip. I actually was about to hit you up because there's a chance I'm headed down to Tampa Christmas Eve. So I'll be in touch with you about that. All right, let's look at some more film here. All right, So let's talk a little bit about what this offense has been doing recently. And they've been, like, the first couple weeks of the season, they've been doing some things that like, they tried to run up the middle, and they couldn't do it. They're getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Even games where ETN's, like, getting a bunch of yards, like in the Bills game. He ended up with a bunch of rushing yards. But for the first 3 quarters, they could not run the ball up the middle at all. So they kind of changed their philosophy, and the offense went straight misdirection. So I want to show you a couple plays that didn't work and then show you what they set up here, okay? So this first play, I love, okay? Jaguars are in, we'll call it 11 personnel. I mean, he's a tight end. He's close enough. We'll call it 11 personnel. 11 personnel. The Saints are in their 4-down line. They're showing a cover 2 shell. So look at what they're going to do. They're going to bring Calvin Ridley around. They're going to do some reverse here. All right. So again, they're going to try to get to the edge. I mean, Ridley's like looking there. That's the wrong way. Wrong play. Sorry, guys. I'm 1 play away here. All right. So we got a reverse here. Like, look, we have a fake punt. We had a wildcat from ETN last week. We had a throwback by Kirk. And now we're going to have ETN tossing the ball. Again, this doesn't work. I mean, you can't expect Trevor to make this block right here. Defensive player makes a good play. Probably Cam Robinson should have blocked him. If Cam Robinson, and again, he doesn't really know, but if he blocks him right here, this play's probably going for a big gain right here. Like, come on, Cam. 1 block away here, and that's a big gain. Okay? Doesn't work, but it's misdirection. All right, they're going to run Calvin Ridley on a reverse right here. It's the play I was just talking about. Okay? They're going to run him on this way. Ace personnel. I love it. Watch this. Bam. Like, again, the great play call. The blocking's just not there. I mean, look at this. You have numbers. If you go bam, bam, we're good here. And it's just one-on-one with this guy. But they don't really block. These guys don't really block anybody here, unfortunately. Gets right through. I mean, and then tackle for a gain of 1. Okay, again, doesn't work. But, again, great play call. We're about 1 block away right there. 1 block away. So you're thinking, man, this stuff's not working. Why are we getting all cute? Here's why. Here is why. So we have a Jamal Agnew. Again, same play. Christian Kirk comes in motion. Okay, now they're in pistol set, right? Again, imagine the whole time watching this film, I'm thinking I'm a defensive guy. You guys know that. I'm a defensive guy. I think in the form of a defense and how I would stop an offense. This Jags defense would be a nightmare to game plan against. Pistol personnel, they're an 11 pistol, right? They're going to pre-snap motion Christian Kirk to this side of the field. So now you kind of got some people moving this direction. Your linebackers, maybe your nickel corner coming this way. Again, look at this. Complete misdirection. Like, we're going left. Or I'm pitching it to ETN. Nope, going the other way. Almost a touchdown. I love it here. Look at this. Agnew, bam. I mean, they're just playing backyard football. They're just playing backyard football here against the Saints. All right? Great play. So let's remember this, okay? Remember what happens right here in the backfield. Take a look at this. Remember it. Okay? Now watch this play. Okay? Here comes Kirk. Coming in motion. Watch this. Everyone steps this way. Bam. Guess who's getting it this time? Look at the block down. Fortner's looking for work on the second level to the right. We got some seal blocks here. A block here. I mean, they're crashing down to Christian Kirk. And look where the ball goes. See ya, buddy. Like, imagine this offense is just throwing everything at you. It's like their coach is in the huddle drawing up plays in the dirt, and it's working. We have so many athletes on this team that, like, game playing against this offense is just a nightmare right now. An absolute nightmare. Like, look at the intricacy of this play. Look at the detail of this play. Look how Tim Jones is aligned pre-snap right here, okay? He is like, look, I'm coming to block. I'm coming to just crack back block you right here. Farrell's going to seal. He's going to block down. Everyone's moving this way. When you're a linebacker, you're taught to read your keys, okay? So what you teach is basically you're watching this little triangle right here. This triangle will tell you what you're supposed to be doing, okay? So everybody in this triangle is moving this way. Pre-snap, Tim Jones is like, I'm coming to seal you. What a sell job. He's like, I'm coming to seal you because we want this edge. Or actually, they're gonna fake to Kirk. So they're all thinking pre-snap. Tim Jones is giving away the play. He's showing the hand of the play right here. Look what happens. Nope. Touchdown. Absolute touchdown. I just love it. I just love it. All right, I'm backed up here on comments. I'm going to try to get to as many as I can here. Callie Jack, I got that one. 100 miles per hour says Trevor. Got that one already too. So Florida says the hate is real. The outsiders do not want to give the team or T-Law credit. Well, yeah, because they hate talking about small markets because they don't get clicks when they talk about small markets. It's all about the money there, So Florida. XD Gamer says Timmy Devil says he hates the Jags. Did I miss a Timmy Devil comment? I hope not. You guys know me. I love Timmy Devil's comments. Nice and pessimistic. Bring us back down to earth. Last Word Sports said, I just never understood throwing to Agnew when Lattimore was guarding him. I don't think Trevor really thinks about who the receiver is. I think he just throws it to who he wants. Maybe it's time to put Trayvon at tight end. I like it. Zach Ertz could be had. Just saying. Volkfang says a little. I've been saying that since the end of last year. Trayvon has the power, but Roy Robertson Harris was playing good down the stretch in the start of the year. Steven says, would have loved if Agnew pitched the ball to... Oh, you're getting too fancy now. Washington State Jags fan. What up, Washington State? Channel member says 6-2 around the corner, baby. Let's go. 100 miles per hour says still don't know why we don't use Brenton Strange and throw Ingram as wide receiver more. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of Brenton Strange this game. Byron definitely a righty. Look up a highlight. Shay, I could have sworn he was a lefty. I would have bet a lot of money that he was a lefty. I want to see all this. He's a righty. He's a righty. Okay. Shay, I should have known better than to question you. Brandon Waters says, park/crash at my house if you want to for Christmas. It's free and 20-minute walk to the stadium. Least I could do for the hours of... Brandon, I might hit you up on that. Brenneman says, Roy Robertson Harris is a dog, a staple of our defense. Shay says, I think Chase Young might be more realistic target over Hunter. What are your thoughts on Young? I like Young as a player, but again, you would have to move Trevon inside because Chase Young's playing every snap. And then who do you take out? I like Fatu Kasi. I like Roy Robertson Harris, and Devon Hamilton's about to come back. I don't know, man. I think if they make a move, they're going to make a move for like a rotational edge guy. My mom said if the Jags win, we can get ice cream. I didn't realize how much offense needs Zay Jones. He seems to add way more than I thought he would this year. Can't wait to have him back. Dolphins use it to get Tyreek a running start. Can also get more dynamism. Well, that word took me a second. To static routes like hitches or comebacks. All right. So, what else we got misdirection-wise? Let's take a look here. So this is a play, again, where you really have to have like your alerts go on. When we're in this split back personnel, right? When we're in this 21 guns, man. Personnel. With Evan Ingram back here. The defense is like, okay, what's going on here? Evan Ingram's back there. I love it. Give him a different look. And this is what happens when you run that misdirection, and here's why. So now, look at how everyone's frozen backside. So now this is late in the game. We've ran this misdirection stuff so much that these Saints players cannot commit to the ball. Look at 6. He's a free safety. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 guys really at the point of attack. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocking. So because of all the misdirection, you can run just little inside, outside zones like this and pick up chunk yardage. Here's another one. Little pre-snap here. We're in ace. We're going to put Agnew in motion, pre-snap. Put him back in motion. There's just so much window dressing is what we call it. There's so much window dressing going on. Might as well be running the wing tee. Okay? The jet sweep. So it's going to freeze all these backside guys. And because of that, you're going to give ETN a lane. Beat you with speed. Good job getting out there blocking Ingram. But, I mean, this is what you get when you just constantly run this misdirection. The defense has no way how to play you. Now, by no means do I think the Saints are a good defense, but here's another one. Okay, so we just watched, pre-snap motion. All right, we just saw this one. But look at this. I mean, this offense really, really has been impressive the last few weeks. And they've changed their game plan. And, that's what you have to do. You have to adjust when you are an offense and things aren't working. The season started. The Jags offense wasn't working. We couldn't run up the middle. So Dougie P said, all right, stop this. This is just basically wing T principles. And, old school coaches are going to love that. Let's see here. Okay, if I missed your comment, there's a lot. And I appreciate that. That's awesome. That's flattering. But if I missed your comment and it's a good one, type it again. There's no pride around here. The only person that knows everything around here is Shay. Okay, and he won't call you out because he's a nice guy. All right? Timmy Devil says who's lying on me. I'm just here at work. Let's go, Timmy. I mean, work. Don't get in trouble at work. But, I'm glad you're here. Joe Pistol says the best Jags review, hands down. What up? Go Jags. What up, Joe Pistol? Glad you're here. C. Breacher says, why don't we use the quarterback sneak more? Well, Trevor did have 59 yards rushing. So I'm okay with him getting the yards that way. And I know there was that 4th and 1 where we ran the ball out of shotgun and we didn't get it. Isaiah Jones says couldn't that game. Burnell. Maybe Burnell was the lefty. Am I that dumb where I confused Burnell's handedness and Leftwich? I would have bet a lot of money that Leftwich was a lefty. Brenneman says, Brandon Waters, I'll take him on that offer too. William says David Garrard was a lefty, right? And David Garrard? Did I name the only quarterback who was a righty in 15 years as a lefty? GoPro Connor. If y'all don't like the video, I will find you. Thank you, GoPro Connor. Yes, he will. Him and me will come find you. Like the video. Thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds. Probably Lawrence's health and Volkfang's responding to the QB sneak question. Probably Lawrence's health and our interior O-line is not that strong, especially Fortner. And this is C. Breacher's solution for Chase Young. Just run a 3-man rotation between Allen, Walker, and Young, like we do already with Chazon and Yasir. I mean, Chazon and Yasir are only playing 20% of the snaps. So, that means Chase Young would only play 20% of the snaps? I don't know. Timmy Devil, hey, United, let's make a trip counter for every time Trayvon trips before he can get to the quarterback. He wasn't good in space this game. He had a couple of plays where he had one-on-ones with guys in space, and he was the dropping linebacker, and he didn't make a good tackle. You can't blame him. That's not what he does. But when you play a 3-4 and you're going to play Walker and Allen at that 7 to 9 technique every play, you're going to have to zone drop them. Both of them do it. I don't know. Good blocking from Tim Jones on that. Just wait until the offense cooks for an entire game, says Shay. Patrick says, I think it would be a waste to have Allen, Young, and Chase if we're running 3-man rotation. I agree. And listen, I get it. You're trying to win the Super Bowl. So I get that. But at what point do you leverage the future for a potential Super Bowl? So I guess, how many chips do you put into the table? Because there's a lot of big contracts coming up. You can't just re-sign them. You got to resign Trevor. You got to resign Tyson Campbell. You got to resign Josh Allen. You got a lot of big contracts coming up. All 3 of those guys are going to be top paid players at their position. Trayvon is a great player, but dog water pass rusher. He actually is he's decent, guys. He doesn't get sacks, but he collapses the pocket. He's really strong. He's not as bad as people think. Yasir wasn't inactive with Smoot back. Smoot had a sack, and I think I have it queued up here. Let's talk about the defense for a bit. I always go with the offense first. I always show offense first. I want to show the defense first here. Okay, they never get enough love. So you know what play we have to start with the pick six. Now, you guys know me. I love the Jags' ability to disguise what they're doing pre-snap. That's one of the, this defense has taken a major step in their football IQ. They do things this year that they were not doing last year. Okay, now this is third down. You can tell it's third down because of the wonky alignment of the D-line. Okay, you have Roy Robertson-Harris on the inside shade. You have Smoot out here in the 7 tech. You have Travon Walker out here in the 9 tech. You have Josh Allen out here in the 7 tech. So, I mean, this is a pass rush situation. They're going to force their tackles to kick out wide, and when you do that, you're creating holes in the pocket. Okay, so that's how you know that it's going to be there. Watch Rayshon Jenkins. He walks down the line of scrimmage. You have Cisco kind of showing he's playing a middle of the field free safety. So pre-snap, Derek Carr's looking at this, thinking Rayshon's playing down here in the box. So he's probably playing cover 3. He's probably playing cover 3, and he's probably the cover 3 shell right here. Okay, look at what happens at the snap. Rayshon drops back, and they play too high. What does this do? Well, what this does is Derek Carr, who initially thought that the only soft spot in the zones were going to be the flats and the corners, now in the cover 2, your soft spot's the middle of the field. Okay, so now he's going to have to adjust on the fly here. So he walks back here. Derek Carr sees, there's no one open here. Buys some time. Good job with the pressure. This is a lot of time. This is a good job by the Saints offensive line, picking up the pass rush. Carr has a lot of time in the pocket. Great breakup here. That's Darius Williams really forcing this right here. Darius Williams doesn't get the pick here, but that's what we call on the hip. That's hip coverage right here. That's a comeback route. That is a 20-yard comeback route. That is a hard route to cover if you're a defensive back. Heads up by Aluakon, who's expecting it. Aluakon just had him a game, man. He's had him himself a season. If he doesn't make the Pro Bowl, I would say I may never watch the Pro Bowl again, but I never watch it anyway. So that would be just kind of a useless statement here. Taysom Hill, dude. Taysom Hill's a freaking baller. Great play. Just expecting that's a Yale guy right there. That's a Yale guy right there. Get in the end zone, Foye. I'm going to the Jags and Cincy game. Yes, sir. Googled it. Brunell was a lefty. Yeah, I did know that. Volkfang says, we don't have a second rounder to bargain with either. Ooh, I forgot about that. Blah, blah, bonsai says, Trayvon just needs to find that finesse technique. Just doesn't have those moves yet. I like the optimism there. Do we have a sign? Do we have to sign all 3? We need to tag someone and pay them next season. I don't think you could tag Josh Allen, but that would be incredibly expensive. Tyson Campbell, I don't think you don't have to pay him next year, but I think you'd like to. Trevor, I think you'd like to pay him too. I don't know. Once Trayvon can stop running into the chest off the tackle and hit the shoulder with speed and use his hands to combat the hands of the tackle and then disengage and get the sack, he'll be good. So once he can do all the D-line techniques, Darius Williams is playing at an all-pro level. Buster Brown had himself a game, especially after coming in last week. Yeah, you could tag Ridley, Mr. Pocket Hercules. I forgot about the Ridley contract. All right, what else we got here? Let's stay on the Aluakon love fest here, right? Where's my boy at? Okay, I see him right here. Lined up, head up over Taysom Hill, the monster that is Taysom Hill. All right. If I was the Saints, by the way, I would have started Taysom Hill. Because every time Taysom Hill was in the game, and I know what you're thinking, well, he's a gadget player. Well, kind of. There was a couple plays there in a row where he came in and, him running the ball off tackle was working really well. All right, Aluakon. This is not what you see out of a linebacker very often, okay? So watch this is what's called a pass zone drop, okay? Gets the pass read. He's going to open up and run to his drop. He's going to turn, square to the line of scrimmage, and look for work. This is not what middle linebackers are known for doing. Locates him, flips his hips, makes a play. Was the pass a tad behind? Maybe. But the receiver catches that if Oluokon's not right there on the hip. Turns and run. Look at that. He flips his hips like a DB. Beauty. Yeah. Hit him with it, Foye. Hit him with it. All right, what else we got here? I got a couple Josh Allen plays. All right, sure. Let's go Josh Allen. All right, so Josh Allen doesn't get a sack here. He had 3 quarterback hits. It looks like, the towel's throwing me off. Smoot coming in with the towel's throwing me off, but I think this is Josh Allen. He's going to come here on the outside. Again, just high motor play. And watch what Josh Allen does here. Line up in the 7 technique. I mean, that chop move, man, that left-hand chop. He's so strong and just can get out. I mean, he forces that. I mean, that guy's wide open. He forces the bad throw. Great job. Here's another one here. Watch Josh Allen at the point of attack right here. Okay, the point of attack. So he's got a tight end here. Saints are an ace, 2 tight end set, 12 ace personnel, 1 tight end here, 1 tight end here. Kamara, who's an amazing player. Obviously, they threw it to him every single time. Watch what he does here. I mean, he just blows up this run play. This is a stretch play here, right? Designed to hit right here in this C gap, okay? Down, 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 designed to hit this C gap right here. And Josh Allen just blows it up. And the tight, it doesn't even design the tight end. He blows up. The tight end moves up to the second level or maybe goes for a seal block here. He takes on the tackle. I mean, this is what you call winning at the point of attack. Setting his feet, shedding the block, and getting the guy. And this is great stuff right here. Josh Allen is playing at an outstanding level right now. Outstanding level. I love it. I wish quarterback contracts didn't affect the cap. That's BS. That's actually a good point. If you're a team, well, I guess it does create a little bit of... I mean, can you imagine if, like, the Chiefs didn't have Mahomes contracts on their books? They would be stacked. So, I get it. But then the top quarterbacks in the league would just dominate. The only time we see top quarterbacks take a step back is when they have to play with teammates that are subpar because the team can't afford anyone else. But I like where your head's at. Taysom Hill is just a football player, and he's been the Saints' offense for entire 2 years. And he's like 50 by now because he got drafted at like 28. It's Foye-licious. Oh, I like that. Foye is insane. Again, Foye just better retire a Jag. I love his game. I think he's better than Pause. Lock him up as a Jag forever. Josh Allen has just been playing with a different level of intensity than I've seen from him. He's a game wrecker, no doubt. Josh Allen, this is from BT channel, remember? Josh Allen has really taken it to another level this year. With contract year. Good timing for him, huh? Brenneman says, Jason, can you explain the purpose of pre-snap motion? I heard it's supposed to confuse the defense, but I'm not 100%. All right, sure. So, basically, I can show you a play here in the misdirection. Let's see here. Okay, so I'll do this really quick. So pre-snap, you see how the Jags are lined up. So the Saints look like they're in some sort of cover 1 or cover 3. It's hard to play cover 1 in a bunch like this in a tight formation, which is why Doug Peterson does it a lot. Is because you can cross, and it's really hard to stick with your man when that happens. So they're just gonna. He's thinking bail here, bail here, bail here, and what happened? Oh, you can't even see the play. So thinking cover 3 here. So when you're a DB, what you're thinking, your thought in the first thought in your mind is, who are my threats here? Okay, who are my threats? So at the snap, he's looking at these 2 receivers, these 2 DBs. Okay, and they're thinking they can only do so many things. Okay, he can either go out, vertical, or in. Okay, so he can either go out, vertical, or in. Okay, and then so they're like, all right, so we're gonna watch them. We're gonna see what they do. He could leak out here, but that's the only thing we have to worry about is that. And on the backside, Lattimore's thinking, okay, I got one guy here. He maybe could give him a lock call, like, hey, you lock up and man, and then I can play this backside force player, and now we're playing football 10-on-10 with half the field. So the defense is going through all these checks in their mind, and they're thinking, okay, this is what can hurt me. These are my threats. And then you send a guy in motion. All right, so now look. So now Lattimore, who might have gotten the lock call, right now he's backing off because now he's got 2 threats. Okay, now he's going to back off because now he's got a vertical threat here and maybe an outside threat here. And now you've changed the integrity of their defense and their checks and their calls. Okay, so these 2 guys may have had something called at the snap. Now in motion, they have to check to a different defense. You'll see that they all kind of slide over, and it can also change the strength of the call. So basically, it kind of gets the defense out of their checks. It also allows you to see what the defense is in, okay? So the Saints could have been in man defense, or what we call cover 1. Cover 1 is just one guy in the middle of the field, and then everyone's just manned up on somebody. Okay, so when you put a guy in motion, you're now forcing the defense to show their hand and what they're doing. So the Saints are like, you know what? We're check out of our call. Just play your base cover 3 defense because we don't know what the Jags are doing. They could run some misdirection. So now they're here, and now look how the DBs move. Okay, so now the Saints are showing their hand here. Now Trevor, pre-snap, if it were a pass play, knows that they're in 3 deep coverage. Okay, so when you're in cover 3, your aiming points are the flats and the corners because now you have the middle of the field congested with defensive players. So shows you what the defense is doing, gets them out of their checks, and allows you to change the strength of your offense if you use a tight end, and if that makes any sense at all. All right, look at some more defensive plays. I like this play here. This is just the defense being dogs. And this kind of goes back to my point. Like, the defense is, like, carrying this team. Now, the offense is playing well. But you guys know. You watch the games. Defense is carrying this team. So, what happens, watch this run play. And they're going to use Williams here. Just nothing. And they were just shutting them down all game. And you're going to, I mean, they're crashing linebackers here. Devin Lloyd does a good job of blowing this up right here. I mean, not much to break down. I just like how these defensive lines playing. So all you guys are like bringing in another D lineman, like they're playing well. And like, okay, you want them to get more sacks? Well, that's not really what bringing in like that's not really what that would do. And, so what? You bump him in, right? You take Fatu Kasi out, maybe, or is this Fatu Kasi here? You take Fatu Kasi out. You have Roy Robertson Harris. This is Gotsis, I think. Gotsis is playing well. I love it. I love it. Here's one. This is where our boy Big Smoot gets in there. So this is Josh Allen and Big Smoot. Now, you're going to see Big Smoot coming from here. He's just going to kind of fight and get there. Josh Allen's going to put pressure from the edge. And these guys are just collapsing the pocket. Yeah, great play here. Roy Robertson Harris pushing the middle, keeping him in the pocket, sack, fumble. O-lineman thinks he's big and bad. But, I mean, that's just good defense right there. Good job by the D-line. Like, do we need an edge rusher? I mean, with Smoot back, how big is that need? I'm just asking. And again, I get it. And the edge was the issue going into the season, we all thought. But with Smoot back and the way that Josh Allen's playing, I don't know. Montana says, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Montana. 100 miles per hour says, Josh Allen's a top 3 edge rusher. Nick Bosa have been real quiet this year. He has, hasn't he? Do we know when Campbell is back? I don't know. I really don't know. Volkfang, Josh Allen said he's preparing every week exactly like he did for that Josh Allen game last year. I think it's working. Foye is better than Luke Kuechly, says Malik Washington. Ooh, that's a little spicy. Maybe Josh Allen doing his own training away from the team helped too. Maybe he was doing stuff this summer that leveled up his game. Sometimes it just clicks for people. Sometimes it just takes being in the league one more year. Sometimes it just takes, a contract year. But I think you got to resign him. I think there's no doubt about it. You got to resign him. I don't want to tag him. I want to resign him. The defense has some of the best duos and trios in the league. Campbell and Williams, Cisco and Jenkins, Foye, Lloyd, and Muma. Muma? I was with you until that one. Smoot, says the closer 424. Smoot's awesome. Need, maybe not at edge. Maybe not. But if you want to go all in, then yes. I still think the O-line depth is more important. I mean, because you're going to get, someone's going to get dinged up. And we still have a lot of football left. Someone on the O-line is going to get dinged up. And you've kind of already reached into your reserves with Tyler Shatley now starting. Don't know what the deal is with Walker Little. Ben Bartch wasn't even playing well when he was healthy. Blake Hanson's been playing decent when he's in. But isn't that interior offensive line a bigger need? Maybe. I think we need a more ready young wide receiver 4. I'd like to see Parker Washington healthy. And Agnew's playing okay. Agnew's been playing okay lately. And he does give you that misdirection dimension to your offense that you don't get with a lot of other people. Hold on, I'm going to send this text real quick. So professional around here, boys. My buddy wants me to play Rust with him. And I got to tell him I got to finish this show first. That's how committed I am. Buster Brown deserves so much praise for locking up Olave and Thomas. Sorry I called you trash, Buster. See, Jags got juice. You know, I'm glad that you said that. Because it takes a big man to admit their mistakes. And it's kind of been the theme of this show the last couple weeks. You know, we like to mix in a little bit of life lessons, right? Because we love football. And we love the Jags. But we also like to get better as people. I think accountability is something, me personally, I'm working on. And I've taken accountability in some things in my life. And I'm glad. So it's good to see someone else also taking some accountability. And some people view it as weakness. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it kind of shows ownership. I think it shows ownership that you care about the Jags. BT says, do we need to trade for an offensive line depth in case of more injuries? Is that hard to integrate mid-season? That's a good question. I don't think so. Josh also said he was trying to get the ball last year, not the player. This year he's concentrating on the finishing this year. Defense is perfect. Picked off every quarterback so far except Stroud. Tyler Shatley don't need any more snaps. What's wrong with Tyler Shatley? What's wrong with my boy T-Shat 69, 100 miles per hour? I think Moom as inside linebacker 3 is better than just about every other inside linebacker 3 on every team, maybe aside from Shaq Leonard and Indy. Okay. Agnew is a liability with fumbling. I remember he went backwards on a play on Thursday too. Yeah, he seems to be getting better. I mean, that Chiefs game is hard to forget. The playoff game. Mike Thomas sold me $600 in fantasy and has been ass ever since. Hallelujah. I owe Graham Mertz an apology. Oh, Jags fans trying to take it to the college game. I mean, I guess. The Gators suck. I like the Gators. The Gators suck. They're gonna lose by 30 this week. Had he had him so locked down, he literally got arrested. Come on. Come on, guy. Kirk almost slipped on the double pass. We need to cut that ish. No, maniac. I love that stuff. If we stop the Pittsburgh run game, I feel like you can get more picks. Yeah, Pickens has been playing pretty well. All right, is that all my defensive plays? Oh, I got one more. This is just bad football by the Saints. And, I feel for the Saints fans here. This is just bad football. Okay, so take a look here. They throw the screen to Kamara. This play should go for, huge yards. I mean, great play call. I mean, this is kind of like when the Jags are playing a little soft. You can see Cisco's kind of bailing out here. They're playing, obviously, a cover 2. They're not disguising it at all. Saints are in 10 personnel, 2x2. I mean, you should be able to get something on a cover 2 here. There's no reason why against a cover 2 you shouldn't be able to get at least 5 yards on any passing play. I mean, look at the quick out. I mean, look at this. You can do double slants. You can run any sort of bench concept here. There's really no end to what you could do here against a cover 2. They're going to decide to run a screen. And again, good play. Good play here. Like, you got numbers if you're a Saints fan. You got a block here. You got 2 linemen running down the field. He's kind of behind, so he can't really block. But you're in a good situation here, right? Like, you should pick up a good amount of yards on this play if you're the Saints. And look at the blocking and execution. Just piss poor. Just absolute piss poor. Look at Buster Brown. I mean, well, look at this guy. Look, I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is Michael. I think it's Michael Thomas. Watch Michael Thomas blocking down here. I mean, Michael Thomas tried to take the play off, and Buster Brown said, "I'm not taking the play off. Let's go." Absolutely embarrassing by the Saints. I got a couple offensive plays here. Loved this play. This play was huge because we needed this touchdown. Sorry, I've been battling a cold the last couple of days. But you know what? I'm day to day. I'm like Trevor, a little banged up, but I'm a gamer. I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm going to run for 60 on you. Love this play right here. We need this play. Like, the Saints are kind of crawling back. Our lead has really dwindled. Because of Trevor's injury, we actually didn't run a lot of empty this game. Okay? Empty personnel. No need to explain that. No running backs in the backfield. The reason why is because if you send 5 or 4 guys, you're going to collapse this pocket pretty quick, and you have no help blocking from a running back or a tight end or chipping or anything. So you have less time to throw in the pocket. I think everyone knows that. All right, so here you're going to see how many did the Saints send. The Saints end up doing like a little drop, like a little fake blitz here. They're going to send 4. But watch Christian Kirk here at the bottom of your screen. I mean, Kirk is just a gamer, man. I think they run a bench concept here. I think. No, just 4 verts. I was completely wrong. This is just 4 verts. This is completely 4 verts. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So in a 4 verts, you're basically finding a soft spot in the zone. You have a lot of options. You have one-on-one here if you want to hit that. If he gets over the top, you can hit this post right here. If he goes to the post, you can hit this seam route right here. If he tries to play the middle, you can hit this one outside. So Trevor has a lot of options here. Or everyone clears out and you hit Christian Kirk on a drag. So here we go. Great move by Christian Kirk. Look at this route. You got to be. I mean, this is hard to do because you don't have a lot of time to throw an empty, especially if they were to send a blitz. He probably wouldn't have had time to do this whole little zig route, little stutter step. I mean, you're not stopping that. You're just not stopping that. That poor defensive back had absolutely no chance on this play. Absolutely no chance. Tutty. Absolute tutty. Me and Trevor both playing through injuries this week. Look at this. Look at that. It's my quarterback. Sprained MCL. All good. Got that cortisone shot. Can't even feel it. Let's go, boys. Ingram out here. I love these out routes. I love this play. This is like on the first drive of the game. I mean, this is just a great route by Evan Ingram. I mean, look at his stride. He is gaining ground, and this safety is like, is this dude about to run a vertical on me? And that's what you want a safety to think, that you're running a vertical potentially. Love it. All right, last play. We're going to end with this. Trevor Lawrence interception. Pre-snap motion into a bunch. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, this is a good play by the. I mean, this is a hard throw here, man. I mean, this is Trevor on the right hash going to the left. I mean, this is one of the hardest throws in football right here. I mean, Trevor trusts his arm. I mean, standing at the 35 essentially, throwing the ball to the 5. I mean, that's a 30-yard throw right there. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Lattimore's a good corner. He had Ridley open. If he would have waited just a bit longer. Ridley runs a good route. He was looking at it the whole way. And again, he'll want that one back. So, not a problem. All right. If we can, George Higgins concern me. Yeah. Kenny pick 6 don't scare me. Me neither. Maniacs laughing. The Trevon mic'd up where he's like, it wasn't there, Derek. It was kind of funny wondering what really happened on the play. I haven't watched that yet. Speed kills, fast to the ball, the jerk route. Fastest I've ever seen Kirk run. Looking forward to the draft. Oh, man, you are delusional, Steven. It's what, 3 a.m. now? I think it's the first time ever I don't feel we need a position we need to. Do you? Or do we ideally set up for best player available? It also depends on what they do with like these contracts. Like if they're like, hey, Josh Allen, see ya. Then I heard Trevor say this was the play he didn't take that pass against the Bills and he fumbled it during the Bills game. Oh, the Kirk? Nice. That was the honey badger that Kirk burnt. Honey badger's washed. Commentaries sucked this game. Called that Kirk touchdown down the 1-yard line. Evan Ingram is the most consistent player on the team. Him and ETN. Commentators. Duval says Daquan Dollison. What up, Daquan? Not the honey badger. Like the video. Great breakdown as always, Shay. Thank you. Yeah, like the video. That helps a lot. Knew we should have thrown that one to Ridley. Yeah, Ridley was open. If we can go back and look at it. It's like he made his mind up that he was going to go there, I think, to Agnew. But, yeah, I mean, this little stutter route brings it across the middle. If he just would have waited a second longer, he would have had Ingram. Yeah, we had him. But, listen, you take the good with the bad with Trevor. He's going to do that. He's going to force the longest throw in football. That's what he does. That's what he does. All right, boys, I think that's all the time I got today. Again, I'm fighting the elements. I'm fighting the weather today. I'm fighting this cold, so I'm going to try to pound some NyQuil, get a little more sleep, and then come back better than ever. Plan on doing a show this Friday, so make sure that you are around Friday night. I'd love to see all of you commenters. I know you guys are always here, so I appreciate that. It really does mean a lot to me that y'all are here. The channel members, Shay, 100 miles per hour. I saw Volk Fang. I saw Washington State Jags fan, BT, 100 miles per hour. I appreciate you guys for being channel members. It really helps a lot. It really means a lot to me. All the people that are here at work, all the people that are taking their time out of their life to watch it. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys on Friday. Make sure to like the video, follow all the social media and all that stuff. If you want to tell a friend that's a Jags fan, that seems to be how the channel grows the most, is through word of mouth. So tell someone that's a Jags fan. Tell them to check out the show. We'd love to have new people in here. I know a lot of people who don't comment in here, so if you weren't commenting, thank you for being here watching the show. I will see you guys on Friday, and until then, go Jags.